Namaskar everyone and a warm welcome to our session today. Just a reminder to you that you are the universe, you are the source of all joy, all power, all possibilities. So though you live in a human body, you're not the body. You have a subtle body identity that you can transform into light. So let's chant the Sri Guru Gita this morning that tells us how to do that awesome transformation following the path of the Guru. So let's begin, everyone. And once again, thank you for joining us today. Om Namah Parvati Pate Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Guru Jaya Guru. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru. Om Guru Guru. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru. Om Guru Jaya Guru. Nanda Guru, Om Guru Jaya Guru, Nanda Guru, Om Guru Jaya Guru, Nanda Guru. Jaya Guru, Guru, Nanda Guru, Nityananda Sade Guru, Guru, Nityananda Sade Guru, Guru, Nityananda Sade Guru. Guru, Om Nityananda Sade Guru, Guru, Nityananda Sade Guru, Om Guru, Sade Guru, Om Muktananda. Jaya Guru, Guru Om Sachidananda Guru, Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru, Guru Om Sachidananda Guru, Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru, Guru Om Sachidananda Guru, Om Guru Guru. Nityananda Sade Guru, Om Guru, Om Muktananda Sade Guru, Om Guru, Sadguru, Om Guru, 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 Nityananda Sadguru, Om Guru, Nityananda Sadguru, Om Guru, Om Guru, Om Namah Parvati Pataye, Hara 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 Mahadev. Namo Swanantaya Sahasramurtaye Sahasrapada Shishirarubhave Sahasranamne Purushaya Shashvate Sahasrakoti Yugadharine Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Neshprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Nityanandaya Gurave Shishya Samsara Harine Bhakti Karye Kadehaya Namaste Chitsadatmane. Om Na Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karva Vahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Vahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Gurubhyo Gurupadukabhyo Nama Parebhyah Parapadukabhyah Acharya Siddhe Shvarapadukabhyo Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyah Inkar Hrimkar Rahasya Yukta Trimkar Gudha Tamaha Vibhutya Omkar Marma Pratipadinibhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Putra Nihautra Nihavesha Hotro Homadi Sarva Kritibhasamanam Yad Brahma Tadvo Dhavitarinibhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Kamadi Sarpa Vrajagarudabhyam Vivek Vairag Yanidhi Pradabhyam Buddha Pradabhyam Dhrutamokshadabhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Ananta Samsara Samudratara Naukaitabhyam Stira Bhakti Dabhyam Jadyabhisamsho Shanavadavabhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Om Shanti 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 Om Asya Shri Guru Gita Stotra Mantrasya Bhagavan Sada Shiva Rishihi. Devata Hambejam Sah Shakti Krom Kilakam Tri Guru Prasad Siddhyartha Jape Vidyogaha Sabhyam Vittapatra Kamale Jagat Karane Kiranamane Kade Hanilayehe Tadyatam Padashambhavam Tu Charanam Deepan Puragrahinam Pratyakshakshara Vigraham Gurupadam Dhyayad Vibhum Shashvatam. Sutta Uvacha Kailas Shikhare Ramye Bhakti Sandhana Nayakam Yaprichata Tridevi Uvacha Om Namo Deva Devesha Parat Para Jagat Guru Kena Margena Bhoswamin Dehi Brahma Mayo Bhave Kripam Kurume Swamin Ishvara Uvacha Mama Rupa Sidevi Tvam Tvatrichartam Vadamyam Pakaraka Prashna Dullabham Treshu Lokeshu Tatshirunushva Vadamyam Veda Shastra Puranani Itihasadikani Cha Chatanadikam Shaiva Shakta Gamadini Anyani Vividhani Cha Karaniha Jivanam Yagya Vratam Tapodanam Japasthirtam Tathaivacha Amurhaste Gurur Bodhyatmana Nanyat Satyam Satyam Na Samshaya Himanishibhi Gudha Vidya Jagan Maya Dehe Chagyana Sambhava Prakashena Guru Murtim Smare Nityam Guru Nama Sadajape Pakurvita Abhayet Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Sulabham Paramam Padam Prayatnena Gukarastvan Bhakarascha Rukaraste Jauchate Gukarah Pratamo Varna Maya De Gunabhasakaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Hetave Jagatameva samsaranavasitave pavidyanam shambhave ajnanatimirandhyasya jnananjana shalakaya yat satyena jagat satya yat prakashena bhati tata yasya sthitya satyameda yad bhati bhanurupata yena cetayate hidam chitam cetayate nayam yasya jnanadidam vishvam nadrisham bhena bherataha yasya matam tasya matam matam yasya na virasaha yasya karana rupasya karya rupena bhati yat nana rupamidam sarvam lakena pyasya bhenata Gukaram cha gunatitam rukaram rupa varchitam atra netrah sarva sakshi achatur bahurachutah ayam mayan jalirabadha daya sagara vridaye Igoro paramam rupa viveka chakshusumritam abhyaiste sakale sudir ghamaniler vyarhi prade dushkare pranayam shater aneka karne dukhatmakir duksaye Swadesika shaiva sharira chintanam Bhaveranantasya shivasya chintanam Yasmar anugraham labdva Mahadagyanam utrajay Akat haritre khabje sahasradala mandale Sakala bhuvana trishte kalpita shesha pushter Nikhila nigama drishte sampadam vyartha drishte Sakala bhuvana ranga sthapanastambhayashti sakaruna rasa vriste tatvamala samashte Agni Shuddha Samam Tata Jvala Parichakadhiya Tade Jati Tanai Jati Tadure Tatsamipake Ajoham Ajaroham Cha Anadi Nidhana Swayam Apurvanam Param Nitya Swayam Jyotir Niramayam Mananam Yad Bhavam Karyam Tadvadami Mahamate Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Yasya Smarana Matrena Jnanam Utpajyate Swayam Chaitanyam Shashvatam Shanta Vyomatitam Niranjanam Stavaram Jangamam Chaiva Tatha Chaiva Characharam Jnana Shakti Samarudha Tattvamala Vibhushita Aneka Janma Samprapta Sarva Karma Vidahine Guradhikam Tattvam Nagoradhikam Tapaha Mannatha Sri Jagannatho Madguru Sri Jagadguru Bhutatma Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Padam Dhyanam Trino Mahadevi Sarvananda Pradayakam Trimat Parabrahma Gurum Smarami Trimat Parabrahma Gurum Vadami Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnana Murtim Dvamvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Nityam Shuddham Nirabhasam Nirakaram Niranjanam Anandam Prasanam Jnana Swarupam Nijabodha Yuktam Yasmin Trishti Sthiti Dvamsa Nigrahanugrahatmakam Guru Davsheta Margena Manashuddhim Tukariye Jayam Sarva Surupam Cha Jnanam cha mano uchate. Hunkarena navaktavyam pragyashisheka dhanchana. Munne bepanagai vapi sureva shapito yadi. Mantra raja midam devi guru rityaksharadvayam. Nityam brahma nirakaram nirgunam bodhayet param. Guru krupa prasadena atma ramam nirikshaye. Abrahmastamba paryantam paramatma swarupakam. Vandeham Satchidananda Bheratitam Sadagurum. Parat Parataram Dhyayam Nityamananda Karakam. Spatika Pratima Rupa Drishyate Darpane Yatha. Angushtamatra Purusham Dhyayatyashchinmayam Hridhi. Agocharam Tatha Gamyam Nama Rupa Vivarjitam. Yatha Gandha Subhavena Karpura Kusumarishu. Swayam Tatha Vido Bhutva Atavyam Yatra Kutrachet. Guru Dhyanam Tatha Kridva Swayam Brahma Mayo Bhave. Tre Parvati Uvacha. Pindam Kim To Mahadeva Padam Kim Samudahritam. Tre Mahadev Uvacha. Pindam Kundalini Shakti Padam Hamsa Mudahritam. Pinde Mukta Pade Mukta Rupe Mukta Varhanane. Swayam Sarva Mayo Bhutva Param Tattvam Bilokaye. Labdam Vat Dhana Labdam Va Swalpam Va Baulam Tatha. Sarvagya Paramityahur Dehi Sarvamayo Buddha. Yatreva Teshtate Sopi Sadeja Punya Bhajanam. Annena Yad Bhavet Karyam Tadvadami Mahamate. Laukikat karmano yanti jnanahina bhavarnavam. Idam tu bhakti bhavena bhatate trinute yadi. Guru Gitatmakam Devi Shuddha Tattvam Ayoditam. Guru Gita Sharaikam Tu Mantra Rajamamam Jape. Ananta Phalamapnati Guru Gita Japena Tu. Kalam Richu Bhayaharam Sarva Sankara Nashanam. Mahavyari Haram Sarva Vibhuti Siddham Bhave. Mohanam Sarva Bhutanam Bandha Moksha Karam Bhave. Asidam Sarhayet Karyam Navagraha Bhayapaham. Sarva Badha Prashamana Dharmata Kama Mokshadam. Kamitasya Kamadhenu Kalpana Kalpa Parapaha. Moksha Hetur Jape Nitya Moksha Prema Vapnuya. Atha Kamya Jape Shanam Khatayami Varanane. Shakti Devalaye Goshte Sarva Devalaye Shubhe. Pavitra Nirmale Sthane Nityanusthana Topeva. Samsara Malana Shartham Bhava Pashana Vritaye. Saevacha Guru Sakshat Sada Sadbrahma Vitamaha. Sarva Shuddha Pavitrasa Swabhavadyatra Tishtati. Samudra cha yatha toyam Kshira Kshiram Grite Gritam. Tathaiva Jnana Jivatma Paramatma Niliyate. Ramate Jnani Evam Vidho Mahamukta Sarvada Vartate Buddha. Sarvasane Rahita Mukto Bhavati Parvati. Jivagrecha Annena Pranina Sarve Guru Gita Japena Tu. Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam Dharmyam Sankyam Ayoditam. Mata dhanya pita dhanya dhanya vamcha kulam tadha. Japena jayamapnati chananta palamapnuya. Japam hina sanam kurvan hina karma pala pradam. Sangrame japanjam avapnati marane muktidayakam. Ateva pagvachitaya radha bhakti utaya cha. Samsara sagara samudharanaika mantram Brahmadi deva muni pujita siddha mantram. Iti Sri Skanda Purane Uttarakhande Ishvara Parvati Samvade Guru Gita Samapta Tri Gurudeva Charanarapanastu. Durjana Sajana Bhuya Sajana Shanti Mahapnuya. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena marge namahi mahishah. Kale varshatu parjaniya prithvi sashya shalini. Sarve bhavantu sukhina sarve santu niramayah. Sarvataratu durgani sarvo bhadrani pashyatu. Swasti matra uta pitra navastu. Swasti gaubhya jagata purushebhyah. Vishvam subhutam suvidatram nastu. Jogepa drishyamasuryam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Arate karu sadguru ki karu sadguru ki pyare guru par ke. Arate karu guru par ke. Jaya Gurudeva Amala Vinati Jnana Rupan Tarke Bhati. पग पग पर देते प्रकाश, जैसे किरण दिन कर की आरती। आरती करूं सज गुरु की, करूं सज गुरु की, प्यारे गुरु पर की। जब से शरण तुम्हारे आए, अमृत से मीठे फल पाए। चरण तुम्हारे क्या है छाया, कल्प वृक्ष तरुवर की आरती। करूं सद्गुरु की, प्यारे गुरु पर की आरती। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाशक, योग ज्ञान के अचल प्रवर्तक। जय गुरु चरण सरोज में तारे, व्यथा हमारे उर की आरती। करूं गुरु पर की। अंधकार से हमने निकाला, दिखलाया है अमर उजाला। कब से जाने छान रहे थे, ढाक सुनो दर दर के आरती। संशय मिटा विवेक कराया, भवसागर से पार लगाया। भवसागर से अमर प्रदीप जला, कर कर दीनिशा दूर सतन के आरती। भेद बताया, गमन विमुक्त कर Brahma Gyanar Tarake Arate Arate Karun Guru Ki Karun Arake O Kripa Sadguru Jagatar Satapata Darshak Brante Nevar Jaya ho nij jyote dikhalane Vale lila dharake Arati karu Guru Bharati Arati karu Nityananda Sadguru Data Shakti Patake Divya Pradata Karke Vas Ganesh Pure Bhavabadha Harale Janaki Arati आरती करूं सदगुरु की करूं सदगुरु की प्यारे गुरु वर की आरती करूं गुरु वर के ओम चैतन्यम शाश्वतम शांतम व्योमातीतम निरंजनम नाद बिंदु कलातीतम तस्मै श्री Gurave Namaha. Today, Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Hinath Narayana Vasudeva Hinath Narayana Vasudeva Hinath Narayana Vasudeva Hinath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari Nath Narayana Vasudeva We begin our meditation today. Let's center in that field of grace. That field of infinite being. Let's center there. It's centering, so it's not duality. It's not focusing on something. It's centering. It's opening up your consciousness to deeper and deeper levels of being, seeking to get to the center of being, from where, or in, or from where there is infinite seeing. From where the seer is observing from infinite nature. For this, you need to go beyond body consciousness. Observe the body, but do not identify yourself as the body. Body is only a covering. And as you go into the mind, your subtle being, move away from thoughts. Don't identify with thoughts, but from the center of seeing in the mind, perceiving. And as you experience emotion, center in loving being. That's centering in the heart. And because you carry this body has a center as well, which is at the navel. It's core. So you can center in that area of core being where you can feel the vitality of the body. You can experience it. And if you take your consciousness right onto the root, the perineum area, you can center in the physicality of the body. Not just the vitality, but the physicality. And centering the throat is centering in peacefulness, infinite peace and infinite expansion of the mental field. So as you center more and more in that infinite space of being, observing from there as much as you can, not identifying with any of the creation, move away from the patterns that we tend to identify with. Infinite being, infinite seeing. And this is how you merge more and more in infinite being. And this is the field in which the I, the ego, that is a result of inhabiting forms or embodiments, is transformed. That's how the ego is transformed. In this experience of infinite being. This is the center of grace. Here's where you can feel Guru's grace as the guide within you. And I speak not of a person, but I speak of a principle that is operating through a person, but is also operating within you as Guru Tattva, as your own inner Guru, your own inner guide. Outer Guru pushes you in, inner Guru pulls you inside. Inner Guru pulls you to center. Outer Guru pushes you inward. Inner Guru pulls you to center. Remember, this is a field of infinite grace. So that power that created the universe, that we call the evolutionary energy, we call her the mother power. She's Kundalini Shakti. In the Guru Gita, you read Pindam Kundalini Shakti, that in the body resides the Kundalini Shakti. And Padam is the Hamsa, the movement of the breath that gives life in the body. The Prana Apana. And the Rupam is the Bindu path, the third eye path that takes you inside. Parvati is asking, Pindam, Padam, and Rupam, please explain. And he says, you need to be free in all of these. You need to let the Kundalini Shakti take you to freedom. You need to let the Hamsa, the movement of the breath, the sound of Ham and Sar, let it turn into Soham through the expansion of consciousness. And you need to take the Bindu path to freedom. Bindu goes beyond forms, all patterns. So focus on the third eye, focus on the spinal column, keep your attention from the root along the spinal column to the back of the neck, the medulla that ends the spinal column. Third eye is connected to the medulla. And then you go up the Bindu path, right up to the crown, if Kundalini Shakti will take you. If you don't feel her presence, then just take your attention to the furthest part in the brain that you can. Now, to really understand grace, you need to look for the presence of Kundalini. She's the inner guide. She's been awakened by the outer guru. Where is she within you? Is she operating in the lower area, the body, its vitality, its fertility, reproductive power, its root? Where is she working? Is she working along the spinal column? Is she operating in the heart as love? Is she operating in the throat as peacefulness in the mind? Is she operating in the brow, drawing you into the mental space? Where do you feel that presence? You need to find her within you. Her presence has been awakened and manifests by Guru's grace. I speak in her. I think in her. I guide in her. I meet you in her. You exist in her. She moves your breathing. She's behind your energies. She's Kundalini Shakti. She's evolutionary power. She created the universe. Now, prana apana, because it's moving. It's a moving breath that allows the body to survive. Focus on the breath, the movement of the breath, keeping rhythm. When you get into the rhythm and you feel the rhythm is happening automatically, that is the prana apana connection. When you feel it becomes effortless, and you can feel that the in-breath goes beyond the physical breath. The prana of the in-breath goes beyond the physical breath into the pause. And then it gives way to apana seamlessly as you breathe out. And as you do that, bring the microcosmic orbit in so you can pick up with Kundalini wherever she is. And do the microcosmic orbit, do the prana apana orbit until you begin to feel that she's taking over. she's opening the heart, or she's taking you deeper along the Bindu path, or she's transforming or healing the body. Go wherever she takes you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flow with her. I'm going to be focusing on my physical body until it feels completely in balance, and then I'm going to go inward. And I'm going to extend more energies into the space. Don't let your mind be restless. Go into centering. Move away from the duality. It's all about centering, looking for her presence, letting her guide you, following rhythms within the body. Move away from the doing. Let doing happen in being. That's how the ego is transformed. Move away from the doer. Look for the rhythm. Look for the rhythm of pranapana. Stay with it. Look for the rhythm of generating loving energies through the heart. Look for the rhythm in the mantra that may resonate within you. This is the discipline of meditation. Stay with me. Slowly, slowly introduce more air into the lungs. Centering in the awareness of the physical body. Observing from that infinite space of being. Just observe the body, introduce more air into the lungs. Breathe out and in slowly. All being done in awareness of the body, no force. Gradually introduce more into the lungs as the body would have it, until you feel that the body wants to breathe more. We need to energize the brain and the senses. Belly first, then chest. You need to identify with the body now and its needs if you want to use it. If you want to use it with awareness of the physical senses, alertness of the physical senses, and alertness of the brain, then you need to oxygenate the body. Yeah, simulate that feeling as if you're out in nature and you really enjoy just breathing the fresh air. Your body will feel different. I do this because my body informs me. So that's rapid expulsion of stale air from the lungs. So I push the air out with some rapidity, but I gently pull it in with awareness of the body and how the body wants it. And now I feel I have the body a little more active and I can use it. My soul can use it effectively in my communication now to you. So main features of this meditation is understanding what centering is. It's not about duality. It's not about focusing on something outside of yourself, your beingness. It is coming more and more into infinite beingness. Detaching more from the body so you can view it. Detaching more from the emotional constructs that you can view them. Detaching more from the mental constructs that you can view them. And staying in the space of the seer, identifying with seeing continuously until you can see all the ego patterns, the urges within you to do things The compulsions that begin to happen, the compulsive thinking, the compulsive feeling, and the compulsive habits in the body, you begin to see it. And that seeing is extremely important. And as you go deeper and deeper into seeing, you're going deeper and deeper into infinite being. And that's your true nature, infinite being. And it is there that you enter the portal of grace, that you can feel more and more Kundalini coming and embracing you, guiding you through the different chakras. There she will come. And then you'll understand what Guru has awakened within you, or your connection with the Guru. What has happened? You will feel her at some point, at some level in your being. And when you do, you begin to co-create with her. What does she want me to do? Does she want me to breathe into the belly? Does she want me to open up the heart? Does she want me to move away from mental limitations and constructs? Does she want me to move away from judgment? Does she want me to forgive if there's a compulsive pattern of unforgiveness? So you begin to see all of this, and then you work with her in the inner space. I worked with her in just energizing my physical body, because I got up a little later this morning, and I didn't do my breathing exercises as I would normally do, because I'm showering and trying to come down here very quickly. So during the Gita, I try to energize myself a little more, and I use the meditation just to tweak the well-being through the whole body. I totally enjoy that, because I do it in rhythm with her. I do it in her. That's the sweetest thing. I take my breath, my in-breath and out-breath in her, and she moves the rhythm for me. And she informs me where to go in my body. So I scan the whole body, my liver, my spleen, my lungs, my heart, my bones, my joints. I scan everything, and I look with her. I scan with her. And then some places I stay a little more, and some places I stay a little less, depending on what's happening there. But when there is total well-being, my body is happy, and then I open my energies to the entire field. But whilst I'm doing that, I'm also doing it with expansivity, so that if you connect with me, you can also feel my energies in you. Because I'm mirrored in you, you're mirrored in me. That's a holographic concept. Because we exist in the same source, we are mirrored in each other. So that's the process of the morning meditation. So there's only so much I can teach you with words. The rest you have to catch. And if you read the lives of the greatest teachers, you will see they treat the body differently. They don't operate as if though they are the body. And they treat the mind differently. They're not driven by mental constructs or the ego. When you read the works or you see their videos, or you see a different kind of being, and that needs to inspire you to want to become. It's not important to sing my praises. It's more important to become like me. That's what I pray for when you're with me. How can you become more and more like what I am? Not the who, the what. Because the what I am is the what you are. My channel is clear and it's expansive, so it's easy to guide you to yourself. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar. Namaskar, everyone. So this is live. I've been in the hall just like you, viewing the stream. And I thought, since we have 42 of you here, I should take the opportunity just to chat with you for a few moments. August begins, so it's the month of my sabbatical. The next stream of mine will be on the birthday of this body. But I may come and leave messages for you on Facebook, or even stream what I'm doing on the Facebook. So it's particularly an important month for me. It will represent the 67th year of this body being on the planet. And I've been doing a lot of reflections on my whole lifeline thus far. reminiscing a lot on my childhood and adolescent and adult life and my how the universe has guided me, protected me, nourished me. And I can't tell you how happy I am for this role that I play in the human experience of guiding souls inwards to know themselves. Of course, it goes back to my basic teaching of seeking self within, seeking God within. And over the years, that's all that I have done. I've tried to lift your consciousness to the highest level so that you can see everything differently. And I've been patient with the process because although I experience this vast space inside of me, I know it's not easy to experience it. So I've used every way that I could motivate you. And I've tried to stand by you in those moments when times are dark and you can't see the light. I try to stand by you and hold your hand and walk you. Of course, it's a joy to experience a human body because my awareness is that I am not the body. I can't even tell you how that awareness is because it's a complete transcendental awareness to the body, to the mind, to everything else. So in simple words, I live in this world but not of it. Totally not of it. And so I communicate with you on so many levels that when you listen to the words only, you don't get everything. And as I listen to myself giving instructions on the stream this morning, I'm thinking, why don't you be silent? I want to enjoy the silence, but there's Vasudeva speaking. But when I was doing it, of course, it was different. So it is in the silence that we really can go deeper and down inside. And I want you to know, of course, I'll be speaking again on the birthday of this body, birth anniversary of this body, that you are absolutely never alone. In the darkest moments, the universe is still with you, holding you. Trying to open up its light to you. Because it is you. As I live this human experience in every moment, there's not a moment when I'm not aware that I am the universe and I am the body. Meaning that I express in and through the body, so it's part of me. And I live in the limitations of a human brain. The limitations of a human brain gives me the human experience. So when we look at, let's say, the Christ, the great teacher, when the scripture says, Jesus wept, Jesus cursed the fig tree, Jesus cried on the cross, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Jesus cried in the Garden of Gethsemane to take the cup away from me. That's humanity. Yet the Master was so absolutely great. I and my Father one. Totally untouched by all the suffering that he went through. Totally untouched. Yet he expressed humanity so that he could be endeared by humans. That not he, some alien, came into the body. That he is in the human experience. Shed the tears. Cursed the fig tree. Cried in the Garden of Gethsemane. So the one who lives in that space has the experience of the inner space, and my Father one, and has the human experience of a body. So though I live in the limitations of a human body, it is still a magnificent experience from the transcendental space. And I tried in every moment to show you to appreciate the coexistence. Though the body may be frail, though the body lives in darkness, in Rajas, Sattva, and Tamas, yet you have a transcendental part of you that is so beyond it. And even though some of us, we begin to experience flashes of that transcendental experience, we should not deny the world. We should not deny the human experience, but to live in it fully. So I believe that the Master, well, I know that the Master lives in the inner space fully and lives the human experience fully. Because only the Master can really, truly appreciate and understand the human experience. But the point I was trying to make is that the divine, in all its transcendence, holds you in its being, no matter where you are. And Jesus spoke so beautifully of that in the prodigal son. Father was always there, waiting, when will my son come home? Son is totally neglecting the father. Ultimately, he was in complete misery and realized then the joys of the Father's home that he despised, moved away from. So the Father is always with you, the Mother is always with you, the Divine is always with you. And that's how I feel in this body. There's not a moment when I don't feel carried by the divine, even through the darkest moments that the body went through. And I've been through the whole human experience, through the suffering of the human body, but I'm always in celebration of the power that lies within, that can nourish this body, that can transform it. And because I live the quantum science, I know that there is nothing the mind can't change. You can change up to your DNA. Transform them. What is it that we can't do from that inner space? But the more important thing is living in alignment with the divine. You don't want to oppose divine will. You don't want to oppose the play. You want to flow with it. So don't fight with life. Flow with life. Wisdom changes battle into play. Wisdom changes battle into play. Ignorance makes it a battle. Wisdom sees the play. So be wise on the journey. So this month is going to be large reflections on my life in the human experience thus far. And I've been going through my entire archives of work, just self-reflecting. And what do I do after the age of this body turns 67? I can't say. Will the sabbatical go a little longer? It may. Will the kind of way I work with you be different? It may. I just can't say. The universe will guide me through it, as it always does. It sends me all my assignments. Perfect time, perfect way. So today, as we begin this month, I just want to thank you for giving me purpose. It's not about me. I'm fulfilled in my soul. There's nothing more to achieve except to fulfill the purpose for which I was born. There's no inner space to go to. My head has been blown open in 1978. There's no space I can go. There's no loca to visit because I'm also all in everyone. Is it an ego? No, it's my truth. I have no ego to gratify. I just have truth to express. My joy is in serving you to the maximum, as much as you can receive. And I'm going to continue to do that. My existence has no meaning for myself, only for you. Only for you. Everything that I've done is for you. You meaning seekers. So, as we begin this month, I'm with you. You will not see me on the stream regularly. I'm going to be here on the birth anniversary of the body, but on other platforms, I'll send out communication. Let you know what I'm doing, let you know where I am, as I self-reflect. So it's Sunday, everyone. It's the day of the Sabbath. Use it well. Thank you for always being my friend. Thank you for staying with me. And we continue to walk this journey together. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thank you. Namaskar.